Hi. Sorry about the wait. I think everything's pretty much ready to go. I just wanted to make sure to do all the social media and stuff. Uh, Let me know if the music is too loud. I think I put it at a reasonable amount. I tested it earlier, but you know the drill. Um, so yesterday, after I stopped streaming, as a note, I went and did some more design work a little bit just to figure out like what a mini game could look like, because if you were around yesterday, you might remember seeing, thank you, Jeb. You might remember seeing this little Trello story that was specifically about um, having like interactive exercises at work and at school. And that's because right now when you click through this game, it's mostly narrative based, and it could have more to do. Like right here, you'll see it says like, "Oh, you're an intern." Well, why don't you do intern type things, you know? So what I want to do is figure out a way to build in a couple of activities, and I want to kind of start with this one because this one's pretty easy to make, I think. The only thing I'm curious about is like, well, we'll see how specific I should get with like things, because one thing that I could do, for example, is whoa, there we go. Okay, fine. Yeah. So one thing I could do is I could shape. Okay, so I could actually have like, what are you doing? Okay, whatever. I don't know why the cursor's being weird, but it's still functioning, so that's what matters. So I could actually have like this state where it's when you don't have anything in there, it's like got like this empty. Oh my god. Ah, there it goes. It fixed itself. Great. But it could do something like this, but I feel like that gives away the goal too much. It makes it kind of obvious what goes where, but maybe if there's like a timer associated with it, it makes it less weird. So let's say that this was like here, and then as you fill stuff, it disappears or something. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking about right now. Such is life. Such is life. Let's see. So I'm just gonna try visualizing this and then hope that, oh my god, what are you doing, Illustrator? You are a mess. Okay. So I have this activities one. It needs a second to save because as I mentioned, I've got like I got like a zillion files open. Some of which I will close when this is done saving. Here we go. This is the life of someone who uses Illustrator, I want to mention. Okay. I don't need UI right now, so I'm just going to focus on the Activia area. Drink your yogurt, people. I stayed up really late last night, actually, watching AGDQ. So if it sounds like I'm dead, or if I make no sense, it's because maybe I'm still tired. Okay. So this is, again, as I mentioned before, the area where I put all my UI stuff for the game. Or not the UI stuff. This is where I put all the, like, activities that players can do during the game. This looks appropriately sized. So then what I'm going to do is save again. Saving. Saving is important. Always save your files. Okay. So now that that's saved, what I was hoping to just be able to do was copy and paste, but maybe it doesn't like the idea of copying and pasting things. So that's fine, because I think I properly copied. Oh, there it is. Yay. Oh my god. Thank you, computer. They're not even old yet. Come on. So this is how I usually figure out layout stuff. I do some wireframing and then I just drop stuff in and hope that it works out when I actually start designing it visually. Oh god, I saved again. I'm sorry. Maybe I should like split this file because clearly it needs some love. I think I'm gonna do that. Alright, it's almost done saving. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this file and then say activities -work -school. Then I'm going to update this. Look how long I've been working on this game as a note. 2015 to now. Okay, so that's getting opened. Then what I'm going to do is remove this other, that file can go away. Get out. Okay, great. Okay, so this file's huge, and that's exactly why I'm having so many problems. Okay, so I'm just going to grab everything that's not relevant and kill it. Oh, I think I have some locked files here or something. Yep. Okay, one. Oh my god, you're kidding me. You know what? Okay. What a beautiful process this is. Is there like any way to just delete every single other artboard except the one I'm on? Because that'd be amazing. Like, I can't do that. Fine. Fine. Oh, dang it. Okay, well, that was a bit annoying, but it's fine. One thing I realized is that I'm going to have to go back in this other file anyway because I need to read some fonts. I can also get rid of that. Okay, I think this is the file where the dress up is or was. Or maybe not. I don't even know why that's in there. Well, it's been cleaned up at the very least. Okay, now I gotta search for this other file. Yay! Work, school. Is it in here? Welcome to the life of having too many files open. You know what? I can use this. I can use this. Okay, so this file has been saved. And I'm going to rename this other file too, because this file needs to be clearer. Wake, commute. Great. Okay, so then I want to go into the UI area. I'm really trying to keep this like semi-understandable, but obviously it's a freaking mess. Okay. So what I'm going to do is copy this, because that's semi-accurate, and some of this I just do in code, so it's fine if it's not super visible, but or like if I can't find it, but sometimes it is nice to actually know where things are. Okay, so I'm gonna put that in there. So now I gotta think about how the interface for this should look, because it's probably nice if this kind of looks like a computer screen, which means I think I have a computer screen somewhere, but I don't know where it is. Such is life. Hi, computer screen. The song is sad. Ooh. I'm literally just playing random stuff from SoundCloud, so I don't know what's happening. Oh, I should also reload this one simple wish thing. So, in case you don't know, I'm doing this stream. It's because we are trying to grant wishes for adorable foster children. Right now we're at 8 wishes, which is great. And generally these kids are wishing for pretty simple, straightforward things like shoes, or some people are wishing for like toys, like Barbie dream houses and things like that. So please go check out, it's onesimplewish.org/giving/spawn for good. Just like check them out, and you never know, like you might find something in there that is a pretty easy wish to grant. So check them out, and please help make American foster children more joyous, because they definitely could use support. Alright, so I've got my computer screen here. I'm just like trying to mess around and figure out like how this could work because I honestly have no idea. So I don't know, just thinking like, okay, well, I've got this computer screen already designed, so maybe this could like mimic that. And maybe, for example, the screen could be centered, and I've got like this text that's like, oh, design. Oh my god. There we go. Okay, so maybe your task in this specific thingy is to design a nice website. Let's say in the background we drop in like, I don't know, eventually we'll have like a motif that's like, oh, this is a desk, you know. But for now, let's just drop in a background that is more reasonable than a white background. And I guess for this, I'm gonna just do some real quick research around like what offices look like at tech companies, because this is exactly where this is going to take place. And then I figure what I think I'm going to do is, instead of having things on the side, actually put them above. But I want to have some kind of background that feels like the company. And this is something that I'll have to like map out properly later, because I do have like reference imagery and things like that regarding like what these places are supposed to look like. So I'm actually just going to make a proper reference folder. Work. Okay, cool. So the place where the main character works is a tech startup. Surprise. Not that kind of tech startup. We are not that kind of startup. More like this one, actually. This is like very much exactly what I was thinking. Like furry New York City, techie, like exposed brick kind of place. So, and this is kind of where I've had experience working before. One of my first jobs was actually at this place called Alexander Interactive. You're just gonna see all of my search results, by the way, and some of them will be very weird, so deal with it. This place is definitely a little bit more sterile looking. But yeah, I like this one more because it feels more homey. I don't know. I think their office changed at some point, and this one for some reason reminds me more of what I remember it kind of being like. Or maybe that was one corner, or maybe I just have selective memory. Point being, I like this. So let's see. I'm gonna drop this in here as a reference image. And then I guess, so I will just, I think that when I was doing the wake imagery, I had some wooden colors, and I'm trying to make sure that this game stays relatively consistent. Yeah, actually I renamed the file, so I have to reopen it anyway, so I'm just gonna do that. Da-da-da-da. Okay, activities, wake commute, there we go. And this is how you end up with like 50 files open. So many files. What is this? Oh, I'm switching to Daft Punk. Okay, so I'm probably gonna end up refining this later, but this is a good, wait, oh, I gotta unlock this. This is so irritating. Museum moving imagery. Oh, nice. I've heard a really great remix of this song also. I'm gonna go find that really quickly. I don't know why this song makes me laugh so much, because I actually don't even like chicken. But someone made a Daft Cluck version of the song where it's Chicken Tonight. And it's very good. And it gets even better, so I love it. The real gem of this song is like way later. Okay. Okay, I think it's time that I move this out of here, which is good, because it means progress is happening. Ooh. Okay. Alright, so we want this to look like it's at a desk. Like I said, good song. Okay, so that's kind of at a desk, and then trying to think about what should be on the other side of this. Is this not the greatest song in all of history? Yes! So weird. So weird. Okay. I'm gonna just copy this and move this upward. And then I'm gonna grab a color from this. I don't know why I'm getting a phone call, but give me a second, people. I'll be right back. Okay. Sorry about that. Had to take a phone call because I'm getting a bench thing delivered tomorrow for our table. Kind of important. Beautiful song. So good. I literally can't deal with how good this song is. Alright, let's just start with that, and later I'll make it actually look like bricks or something, because I just want to get the basics down. This is a very good song. Welcome to my music taste. Hi, Missy. You are a cat. Oh, you are here. This is my cat. Alright, girl. We can hang out gently or not gently. Yes. Okay. Well, now it's cat petting time. There you go, Missy. You have been loved. Sometimes cats just walk onto you and you have to just pay attention to them, or they mess up your stuff. So now it is kitty time. Don't do this, girl. Don't step on the keyboard. Good, Missy. Do you feel chill yet? Nope. Alright. And she's still here. Oh, you are clawing my leg. I know you love kneading, but you gotta not knead. So this is the cat break, as you can tell. Because cats require love. If you want to adopt a cat, go to your local shelter and find one. Try not to get kittens. Missy was not a kitten when we got her, and she is awesome. So I highly recommend adopting a cat from a shelter as an adult. Alright. Missy, I love you. Can we, do this later? Help me. Alright, girl. Go play with your other cat. You have another cat. Oh my god. Okay, fine. Well, we're just gonna hang out like this for a bit then. I'm just going to attempt to continue. Ah! She's scratching my leg. Oh my god. Oh, the kneading is real. Okay. I'm gonna attempt to work with this cat on my leg being absolutely the cutest cat ever. Alright. So, ooh, that hurts. Cat parent life. Ooh, cat parent life. It's real. Okay. So, I'm going to shift this downward because I'm definitely realizing that I'm going to need space for things. And then this window, I'm going to put in the center. And then I'm going to also make it a larger window so that more stuff can fit on it. I love you too, Missy. You are giving me the love eyes, and I care about you very much. Just so you know, this is from the station based on the song I just played. And I don't know how we got here, but sure, this is a cool song. So, that's cool. Alright, I'll probably make this more visually accurate later. But right now, I am lazy. And I'm literally just trying to make sure this all works. Okay. Then I'm going to do some vertical stuff. Love you too, girl. Don't walk on my stuff. Yes. There you go. Stay with me. Cat parent life. It's real. Alright. Yes, girl. Okay, so let's just put this at 10%. Do some centering. You okay? She made a weird noise. You'll understand when you have cats. Okay. So let's just see how this is gonna work. So what I was imagining was a couple of different kinds of blocks. So like you can kind of see them all here. I wanted to have like this side rail navigation that the player has to put in, and then also this other space for other things. And one of the biggest things I'm thinking about is how complicated to make this the eternal question. Oh, crud. Okay. I just forgot to group this thing properly. Alright, so obviously things will be a little weirder when you, well, because this screen is a little bit different in size, and I probably should have noticed that earlier, that if this were going to actually happen in a window, that it wouldn't be as vertical. But this is exactly why you start with wireframing and then you fix it all later. LOL. Oh my god. OmniGraffle, you export things weird, and so does Missy onto my finger. Missy, what are you doing? Cats, am I right? She's still here. She's still here. Oh. Thank you, Missy. Alright, she has calmed herself down. Okay, see, I still like the idea of doing this. So I'm just gonna have to like put this over here and then kind of wing it a little bit more. Okay. So one of the things we want to stay there is this kind of header thing. I don't know why it's not showing up, so I'm just gonna escape again. Okay. There we go. Oh, it's like the same color, but of course, okay. I'm gonna make this pink, because one time I worked at a place where I definitely had my Chrome window as pink, and it was very cute. Okay. And then I'm gonna make this, I don't know, like maybe blue. Blue's a really common color for these things. Actually, I can turn this back to its original color then. But yeah, a lot of tech websites are blue, so I'm just gonna say that that's maybe what the character is working with. And then the other things are gonna be the things that the character has to put on the screen. So let's just say that this is the space that the character is working with. And maybe people might know that this is the area to put stuff in because there's a dashed line. And then maybe I guess I'd have to put some text. Okay, so I'm gonna save that. And I'm gonna make sure I have the right fonts, because I sometimes forget. Layla, okay. And then font size, no, 36, okay. And I make you gray. I make you gray but visible. Maybe this should be a little darker. Cool. So say that's what we're working with. So I'm just gonna try grouping this stuff together. Oh my god, okay. Oh. Okay, well I was trying to do some fancy version of duplication, but Command D doesn't work in this, so that worked out. Okay, So let's just say that the whole width, let's make that a more reasonable size also. I'm just going to subtract a singular pixel from this. So I'm very pedantic. Okay, cool. $860, 430, 436. Cool. I just wanted to make sure these are like whole numbers that are easy to divide by. Okay, so this is gonna be where the actual stuff goes. So let's, I guess let's just start by, again, doing the same thing I did yesterday, which was moving stuff around until it started to make sense. So in design generally, back in 2008, which is the time period for this, 2008, 2009, a lot of people did like sidebar type things. And I really wish I could just easily view the distance between something. But why would they ever put that into Adobe Illustrator? This is exactly why Sketch took over. Okay, so this will be like 270. And this will be 570. No, I said 5. But I probably actually didn't say 5. Okay, cool. So that's something. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, that's the button I wanted to press. Okay, cool. Alright, now the next thing. Right, Missy? The next thing is kind of dividing these things a little bit into blocks of content. And then I gotta figure out how they'll all fit within this thing up here, but that's the last thing I want to do. Alright, so I'm just imagining these as like image blocks that are like headers or something. And then this is another image that's bigger, and then there's some text that's like 2 lines of text. And then, bye Missy. And then maybe down here is another set of text or something. Or maybe there's an image on one side, and then there's text on the other side. Oh my god. It's like actual web design. Cool, so let's say that this is like the ideal setup, because as you notice, I don't know, we've got like our header on this side, we've got 3 things at the bottom that kind of match up. I don't like these two not being the same width, so I'm going to figure out how to do that right now. Okay, and then 274, 274, 135, 135. I really wish that this was Sketch, because Sketch handles this stuff so much better sometimes. Okay, cool. Cool, so this is starting to kind of look like something. I guess, so what I'm trying to do is not get too caught up in how exactly it looks, but I have the tendency to do that because I'm a designer and everything has to kind of be perfect. But most of this looks fine, so that's cool. I can probably make these the same height. I'm gonna make these 40. This is also 40. Cool, now everything is pretty much an even number. And this is gonna be like the ideal layout. So I'm gonna just move that over here. And then I'm gonna make a duplicate version of that. And this is where I guess I'm gonna like try to make it look nicer. Also, if you're just getting to the stream, what I'm doing is I am taking this wireframe that I made yesterday and turning it into pieces that I can actually then put into my game. My game is over here. I've also been programming it using Phaser, which is a JavaScript game engine or a game framework. And the reason I'm doing this whole stream is for Spawn for Good. It's a weekend stream that we're doing to grant wishes to foster children. So if you're interested in donating, please go to onesimplewishorg/giving/spawnforgood and check out all the wishes. Most of them are really simple things. Some kids are asking for like toys, clothing, shoes, really basic, normal things that kids want to kind of feel like normal human beings. So please go check those out and consider donating, and just grant some wishes for foster children. Awesome. So continuing forth, let's see. I was an illustrator. I will continue to be an illustrator for a while. And I'm gonna just try to make this look slightly more like something, I guess. Because when people look at this, I'm gonna hope that they, I don't know, they kind of have an idea of where stuff should go. So let's just turn this into a lighter gray content block. And I'm gonna say that it's got like maybe it's got bullet points in it or something. Like, I'm thinking about like 2008 navigation design, you know? And honestly, in 2008, I mean, things were okay, but design-wise, this is way older than 2008. You know what? I'm gonna just look up 2008 web design, and then I'm gonna just pull things from that. So, like, you know, that's fine, right? Like, that's pretty good. But we also had a bunch of other stuff that wasn't so good, and this is kind of what I'm thinking along the lines of, like, this is 2008 design when I think of 2008 design. Oh my god, web designer wall, yep. That was 2008. Whew. My god. We've come so far. Great. Oh my god. Please tell me they've changed their website since then. Thank you. You've still got the background, but at least you've done something with it. Alright. So you can see that back in 2008, people were really into their sidebars and their like triple content blocks. And that's why I thought this could be kind of cool to do, because it'd be like a little trip back in time. You will also note that this is blue, which is perfect because literally the header that I made for this random website is blue. I'm even gonna, I think, add a little circle within here. Okay, I think I'm totally done with this station that is partially just the Daft Punk remixes that are not good. Where were we with this one? This one was pretty solid, I think. Get back here! No, I don't want that song again. Okay. I want a song called Suicide. That's weird. Okay. Cool. That sounds reasonable. Songs with claps in them. Those are my favorite kinds of songs. Okay, so I'm going to group this. Then I'm going to go in there and put a circle, and that circle is going to be the logo for this website. So I'm just going to make it a darker color for now. And hopefully anyone who was a web designer in 2008 comes to this and is like, oh my god, this is totally what web design was like back in the day. Now we are at the club, everyone. Alright, cool. So this is our logo. As you can see here, that's pretty accurate. I'm gonna say that they put their navigation over here because that's totally a thing people do sometimes. Kill the border. Actually, don't kill the border. I'll just make this a lighter color. I have to figure out what's up with this layering. I'll worry about it later, I guess. I don't know what's going on. For some reason, every time I make a new thing, it shows up lower than the previous thing I made, and that's kind of irritating me. I'm trying to remember everything from 2008 that I ever designed. I hope you like wubs because we have 40 of them. Cool. Great. So now I've got my fake website page. I'm just going to add in some fake links, and then that'll be the fake website. Look at that header. That's a header. Am I right? Yo, where'd my text go, though? Seriously. I hate everything. Where did you go? Oh my god. Fine. I'll make it again. Oh, wait. Unless... Yes! Okay. Cool. Don't need that. Anywhere out this place. Hey. I guess every one of these should probably have its own little border thing, maybe. So I'm gonna make those like that for now. Alright, so looking at this, yeah, that's pretty accurate, I would say, having a little sidebar of links. This is a cool version of this song I haven't heard before. Oh my god, I literally just want to make a duplicate of you. You're being difficult. Alright, so let's say that we've got like our header. No. Yeah. And then we get our sub description. We do like 3 of those. Call it a day. Welcome to exactly what web design is like, by the way. This is exactly what it's like. She wants to run away. out this place. Okay, so that's singular content block, which will be the sidebar thing. And then I guess, man, I got cat scratches everywhere. Another thing I'm gonna drop in here is, I guess, like headers of some kind. Like, I'm trying to figure out how this should work, but I don't even know how to think like a 2008 designer anymore. Listen to that trap. Okay, that's gonna be our header looking thing. And I think I actually have a font that looks like block text, but I don't know if I have it installed. Whoa. Oh yeah, I do. Cool. LOL. LOL. So, if you didn't know, you can actually install fonts that look like block text. Pro hack right there. Yeah. Cool. That's nice. So I'm gonna do that instead for most of these, which takes a little bit longer, but whatever, it looks nice. Where did we go? What even? I don't know, let's see where this goes, I guess. Jeez, Lil Jon, it's like too early for this. Real words. All of them are real words. Oh my god, how hyped can you get at like noon? This is so funny. I don't know why this is funny, but it is funny. Thank you for being loud and hype. Tell me if the music is too loud. So hype. I'm just taking a moment to check social medias because I do that. In a city. Alright. I did my social media-ing. Alright. Pulling this one in. Making a copy of that. And then, honestly, I think these three should be the same. So I'm gonna do that because I think that would be really cool for people, and they probably won't know why that's happening. Or maybe they will. Alright, go in there, slash, add a little tiny slash there. Also, I wonder if I tipped off some setting that makes things show up behind each other. Haha. So it turns out that there's a tiny thing called draw behind, and I just, I guess, ticked that box at some point, and that's what was causing all the problems. You just never know what happens with Illustrator. That is a thing I have learned. Okay, so let's see. Closing that. Small business server. I like that. Cool. So again, I'm actually typing real words. They just look like they're not real words because this is an awesome font. And if you ever need to do random graphic design or make a game with fake text in it, this is the way to do it. Okay, so then I'm gonna drop this in here, and let's see. They put no actual text in there, so I'm gonna have to, like, I don't know, go back here and maybe grab this. Yeah, that's a good idea. Talking, what's that? Okay. No, still. How many lines of text did I grab? When you grab way more text than you thought you did. Okay. Cool, so that's gonna be that. Is the line height on this messed up? What is the point of this song? Okay, cool. So then I'm gonna take these, and then I'm going to maybe grab different text. Not all text is equal. And then I'll say IT support. And I think what I'm hoping for is that all three of these can be in any order. But it's really like about having this lock up here and seeing if people do that. Yay, we got another wish. That makes me so happy. Joy and joyness. I'm social mediaing again because that's what I do. such a silent song. Okay. Now I'm wondering if I should switch these two things, and I kind of want to. Because then this could be like the intro text here. Okay, so intro text. And then, yeah, and then there'll be like another picture of something or other. Because that's how websites did back in the day. Or I guess you could do this. God. But yeah, look at this. This is kind of what I'm talking about. I guess I should also have a header on that. Maybe I should look at some more 2008 web design. Look at that face. Just like... Look at it. So weird. So weird. Why would you pick that as your picture? I don't even know. But whatever, I didn't make this website. Now I kind of do like the idea of having this other picture at the top, but this thing is bigger, so maybe that will be a picture. Oh, didn't expect that, did you? I like We Build Rockstar Brands. That's the most 2008 shit I've ever heard. Rockstar Brands. Let us help your company go platinum. It really doesn't matter if I spell this properly, but I really like it. Hello, Silver Eye. What up? I think I know who you are because I try to keep track of these things. And I'm just gonna keep going, and you can nerd out with game development with me. Okay. Oh, yeah. So what I'm doing right now is I literally just, in the last hour, I've been, like, trying to go from this wireframe of this activity that I'm designing to actually figuring out how it's gonna look. And then once I figured out, like, how these little things are gonna look, then I have to figure out how they are appropriately arranged in this area, which is gonna be the area that you actually drag from and drop things on. Wait. See, now I'm scared to be wrong. You can't do this. Well, now I'm unsure. Now I'm just Googling usernames. Crap. Google came on because I said Googling. Okay, anyway, continuing this, I'm gonna make this some kind of light colored thingy, and that's like their intro picture, and then I guess this will actually just be more text, maybe? I'm really trying to think about 2008. What did people do then? Oh man, I remember when good was like good design. Yeah, that's 2008 right there. I like the idea of having like an icon or something that's in here. Okay. At this point, the song isn't even words. It's so weird. Cool. Alright, most of this I'm just eyeballing. Okay. This looks kind of like a website would. Wowie. Great. Now I've got my website stuff in order. Oh boy. We're going up on a Tuesday. Tuesday. How am I gonna fit all of this? It's going up. He's really emotional. Sweet Tuesday. Going up on a Tuesday. How am I gonna fit all of this? I'm gonna have to move this stuff down. I tried so hard and I got so far. Okay. Okay, that's probably the lowest I want to put that stuff. And then, let's see. Please tell me I can fit all of this in this thing. I just want it to look jumbled so people don't automatically get the solution. I remember when this song was everywhere. Fine, I'll give people a hint when they play this part. Going up. Going up on Tuesday. Okay. I guess this is how I'm gonna have to arrange things. It looks so gross. But I guess the point is not for it to look amazingly beautiful anyway. Life's hard when you design things. Unless I can fit it. No, I don't think I can fit it sideways either. This is hard. Okay, I'm just gonna start with this and just hate how it looks. And maybe I'll also just make this smaller. It definitely doesn't need to be 80. Okay. This is good start. So what I'm imagining is that people drag and drop things into places and later I might have to make this look better because I'm starting to think about like how does it whatever. Alright, we're gonna start with this and we're just gonna hope it doesn't completely start to balloon out of control. Ah. Alright, now the fun part, which is exporting all of the things in appropriate amounts of space, of course. Okay, so one, come on. Yeah. This, that, this. I don't think I actually need this anymore, so I'm getting rid of that. Actually, I definitely don't need all of this. So, this is going to be annoying. Because ideally, you try not to... Oh, whoa. You try not to get more than you need out of these things. Well, I gotta move that over. Wait, actually, maybe I don't. What are you getting at, person? This song is intense. Breathe, person. You're gonna be okay. Jeez. Yeah, actually, I think I'm gonna switch to, like, I don't know, Undertale music in response to yesterday's pretty good Undertale speed run. Because I can't deal with the, like, intensity of some of this music. It's like, breathe, please. You're gonna be okay. Let's see. Okay. Literally just give me any... Oh my god, everyone has Megalovania mixes, because why wouldn't you, I guess? Jeez, can people, like, breathe? Oh my god. Okay, fine, let's do this one. There we go. Hopefully this one, like, yields good results. I can't seem to find any chiptune versions of anything. Thanks, SoundCloud. Alright, continuing forth, I'm exporting a bunch of things. I think I need this container. And I think that's everything. Okay. Artboards. Did I start with 51? Yeah, okay. 51 I think is the first one that I made. Oh crap, I don't know which one's the last one. Okay. Whoa. Oh no. Alright, things are getting messy. That's weird. Okay, I literally have 12 boards, but they just have weird names. Alright. Well, I'm just gonna individually just do this by hand, because why would things ever work properly in Illustrator? Also, Undertale is great, and everyone should play it, because it is really good. It's got great... It's just worth playing, and even just down to, like, the small things, like the way that things are animated. I highly recommend it. Highly. I don't know, I'm not sure why that's acting up, but I'm just trying to see why there might be some sizing issues. Oh, of course, because these things are all... Alright, I'm just going to make sure that all of these have inside borders. And they don't. Oh well. We are not singing Will Smith on this channel. No one sings Will Smith on this channel. No one. Again, also, this is part of all of the Spawn for Good stuff happening, so feel free to check out Spawn on Me's channel. And they also have a site with all the other Spawn on Me stuff that's happening. I gotta locate that because it looks like it has disappeared from my view. I'll take some Sonic. Yeah. Okay, I have absolutely no idea where my link to all of the Spawn on Me pages went. But you know what? It's okay, because it's about the children. And I'm going to put a link right here. Also, what I'm using, Bobby Ups or Bobby UPS, Bob Yups. I'm good at reading. So what I'm doing right now is I'm working in Illustrator because I needed to export some imagery before I can actually start building this specific view that I'm working with. But the engine that I'm using is a JavaScript engine called Phaser. And if you want to learn more, they have a whole website, phaser.io. URL's right there. It's a good site. And it's just straight up JavaScript most of the time. Let's see. I was saving things, and I should not save things without paying attention. Okay. Work. Okay. Activities. Website. Cool. So I try to keep things fairly organized when I export files, because very, very quickly things can spiral out of control. So really try to organize things in whatever fashion makes it easy for you to find them. So this is component 1. Great. So that'll help me keep track of all these components, and I will have to figure out exactly where they go later. Yeah. Ha cha 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 cha. Pumping up the jams slightly more. I'm gonna save these as separate components even though they are basically the same thing. Oh, I should probably change the text in the second one. Download and start. No, that's pretty similar. Download and. This is very cute. This is very cute. Thanks, random people who made this. Oma Bruges. I don't know. I don't know how you pronounce half these names of people who make music on SoundCloud, but this is the station I'm listening to, so have fun with that. Fun fact, this was like one of my first games ever that I ever played, so I have a very sincere attachment to Sonic music. Alright, I'm gonna call this one number 4. Hopefully this doesn't look like complete garbage when I put it in the game. Game development. By yourself. This is basically what you have to do. You have to make everything, and then you have to put it in the game yourself. Oh, this is so cute. I can't deal with this, but I can. Is this exactly the same as the other one? Again, okay. Dell sales / products. That's great. I'm trying to have these look kind of different. Na, 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 na. 2008 was definitely all about the vintage and the retro, so that's pretty accurate. Okay, I feel like this looks different than the other one. I'm just trying to like ensure that, wow, you can hardly see that border when you get super tiny, but that's okay, because we're just gonna see what everything looks like together. Okay, this is the component background. This is the computer. Oh, what is going on there? Oh, again. Always make sure your borders are on the inside, because otherwise things will get very messed up. I'm gonna add a little bit of extra in there just in case I need to shift things around more. Okay, so this is like the base of the site that people are gonna have to design in this game. Oh, why does it still look kind of messed up on the side? Is this thing just not evenly... Oh god, what if the width is like something messed up? It is. Okay, great. Fun. Okay. That's more reasonable. Oh my god. Okay. And then I'm just making sure that when I export things, they have even numbers so that things don't get cut off. Okay, hopefully that does it. Okay, that looks pretty accurate. Good. We are full Undertale right now. Okay, so this is just gonna be computer computer background, or computer. Let's just call it computer. We already have it in a folder, I guess. Alright. And then this is the actual background for the entire activity. I'm gonna call that desk, because I'm really creative, as you can tell. Great. Oh god. Now the fun part is gonna be... Excuse me, actually, like, putting this into the game. Also, I think I realized I only need maybe 2 of these activities, because I might just want one person, the character, to do a singular one each day, because honestly these activities in real life take all day. So I'm gonna think about that. Also, wow, they're really exposing in this song how much of Undertale's music is like pretty repetitive in tone. So, you know, that's how you make a cohesive soundtrack when you are working by yourself, especially, well, as a musician. And it worked, so that's cool. Alright, now we're going to actually move to code. The part that everyone cares about. And for this, I'm going to have to make a whole new scene. Because how Phaser works is that you actually have to kind of code everything, and then if you want to preview it, you have to load it into a page that's being hosted online. Well, it's not actually online. It's like a local server that I'm using, but you have to use a server for it because it won't let you just go to like index.html by default. So I'm gonna make something called gameplay day work, and then I'm gonna make this activity website. I try to be really descriptive with my names because otherwise I will not remember them. Like, this was gonna be called activity website. Again, because if I'm not super descriptive about things, it's very easy to just lose it when you have a game that is this big. I don't even remember what the conversation one is. Oh yeah, this is when you actually talk to them. Okay, so I do remember what that is. Great. Okay, so the last thing I have to do to make sure that this actually shows up is, oh my god, I'm going to close this JSON file. You can see how big this thing is now. It's like a freaking monster. Okay. Cool. Now I think oh wait, one more place. So what I'm doing is, in Phaser, you have to, if you're creating different files for your code, then you have to make sure that it's firstly linked in an index.html file, or like in an HTML file, wherever you're hosting your game. Then you have to make sure that the game state is added to this list of game states. I also define my game states when I load the game, because I have this giant global variable that's called my game, and that's where all the states exist. And then what you do when you have your game states in different files is then you have to go into the actual game state and create a prototype for that, like a prototype function for it, and this is where you put the preload, create, and update functions, which is exactly how the game works. So that's kind of the deal. And then I'm just going to look and see how I built the outfit select, because this is going to be somewhat similar. And I think what I'm going to need for this is a continue function. Great. Because what I am thinking of doing is, after... So I think what I want the flow for this to be... because this is very old. Okay, I'm going to make a more updated version of this. And again, this is how you keep track of all the stuff that's in your game when you get a really large game. Okay, so this is going to be current 2017. I'm just going to be honest with myself. Okay, so you wake up to an alarm, you pick an outfit, and all of this stuff happens at the same time. You avoid catcalling while walking to the train. There is no activity on the train. Right now there is no choosing breakfast, but I would like there to be this kind of like class, like going to class kind of thing. And then I think it's really just like who to talk to after class. I don't even remember what I was going to put for the class activity beyond like paying attention to the teacher. Maybe, yeah. Class activity, and then, yeah, be social. Socialize with classmate. Oh, so what this specific program is it's OmniGraffle, and OmniGraffle is really good for diagramming things out. So if you ever need to figure out logically how things are going to work in your game, then this is really good for that because it's built for specifically doing diagrams like this following one, which is a diagram that is kind of supposed to be like what my calendar, or like what my this was like the inspiration for the game. So I looked over exactly what my calendar was like in a day of stuff, and then I was able to kind of like pull that out into this kind of like process diagram here, and now what I'm doing is just updating that. But yeah, OmniGraffle is amazing, and I highly recommend it. This is how you spell it. OmniGraffle. I love you. But yeah, OmniGraffle is really, really great, so I highly recommend it. So this is like, I'm just trying to make sure that I update this properly, so that it's kind of more accurate. Okay, so choose after school activity or go home. And then if you pick the after school activity, you do that. There is no train activity. You then avoid catcalling while walking home. There is now a home activity that you can choose to do. And then you can go to sleep. So this is a little more up to date with how the game currently functions. This is an entertaining song. Oh, wow. I didn't know that Super Monkey Ball was this intense, but now I've learned. Okay, so this is going to be school day. And then I'm going to do one for work days. Just so I have this up to date. Okay, avoid catcalling, get to work. So then you have a work activity, you socialize with a coworker, or rather review the work, I guess. Yeah, really, I'm learning that, like, clearly I need to play Super Monkey Ball, because pretty hype. Okay. Okay, so this is more accurate. Cool. So this helps me a little bit, and actually there's actually a point where the boss greets character. And I should put that before the work activity because it's actually kind of important. Okay. I'm just going to be very pedantic for a second and update all of this. Whoa, I could have actually just done all of that in one step. Okay. Woo. Okay. Oh my god. Alright. I really try not to get, like, obsessed with how I'm updating my diagrams, but it's really fun. Okay. So, I think this conversation... Yeah, okay, so that's when you talk to the coworker. This is the coworker, and this is good morning when you get to work. So this is where... Work day. Work. Oh, okay. So this is where that happens. I'm just trying to figure out where to put this as a concept. I mean, this is like where you're like, oh, work didn't go so well. So then maybe this gets rerouted. Okay. Okay, so then this would be work activity website. I just want to like make sure to keep all this stuff in order. Okay, work activity website, and then this would go to work day afterward. Cool. This is making more sense. LOL. Okay, now comes the fun part where I have to do a bunch of stuff, and I actually never need the preload function, but you have to kind of keep it there anyway. Okay, so when I built the dress up area, which if you don't know what that looks like is pretty intense, I'm just gonna also make sure this thing still functions, because after I add a bunch of things, it's kind of important. I broke things. LOL. Where did I break things? 210. Yeah, stress threshold was not updated. Okay. Ah, yes. Okay. Of course. My game dot. My B. There's always some kind of very small error that needs to be fixed also. Why is this thing not working? That was weird. Format that I use for my JSON objects. Well, I have a bunch of JSON stuff in here, but this is like dialogue stuff. So I'm not fully sure if that, I mean, if you want to like expand upon what you mean, in terms of like these here, I generally, this is kind of how I write things. Like I try to define the object, and I put a ton of stuff in this singular one because I'm trying to make sure that like anytime you reference my game like as an object, it's easy to, I don't know, it's easy to keep in mind exactly like that this is like the global representation of that thing. Otherwise maybe this is a good option, but this is how I generally write things out. I try to like new line stuff if that's kind of what you're referring to. And I've been trying to actually use less quotation marks and more single quotes, but or double quotes versus single quotes, but I'm still getting used to that. I don't know if that helps at all. But this is generally how I write my my code. And a lot of this is actually available on my GitHub. Like I have this repository there. So if you want to look at it, you can actually also see it there. The sun is so gentle. Alright, it's because it's Legend of Zelda. LOL. I'm just hating. Okay. So this is what the dress up area looks like as a note. And this took some time, but let's see how far we get within the next hour and change. So I want to do something similar to that. Why is this requesting? Oh, yeah. That should definitely be there. Cool. Okay, so I'm just going to go and open that. Outfit select. Okay. So I'm gonna firstly draw the prompt text, and the nice thing is that I've created functions for nearly everything. So like there's a function in here called draw prompt text, and that function is a global function that anytime you use it draws text in a certain location and makes it really easy so that I don't have to like worry about constantly like creating this new thing. So what that prompt is going to be is this design a nice website, and hopefully I'll just be able to put it in the right location. But if I need to, I can always also add like extra stuff to this, or I can just move it manually in the actual the specific layout. So I'm gonna think about how to do that. Firstly, let's just get that in there. Design a nice website. Oh, we're going there, huh? Man, half of Undertale is so creepy. Like, the later stuff in the game is just really well done and really creepy. Also, again, if you are new to this channel, what I'm doing is I am doing some game development for a game that I've been working on for a while. This specifically is part of the Spawn for Good stream, and what we're trying to do is get people to help donate to One Simple Wish, which is a company that is aiming to help foster children and grant them wishes for generally really, really simple things like shoes and toys and stuff like that. So if you're interested in learning more and possibly donating, go to onesimplewish.org/giving/spawn-for-good and just yeah, make sure to share this also with anyone that you know, like friends, family, and otherwise I'm just going to be building this game. So I'm going to see how far I can get. And one thing I'm going to do is make it so that this jumps straight to specifically where we want to be, so that I don't have to keep going through the entire process of the game. As much as I enjoy this game, I'm not going to play through it every single time just to get here. Oh my god. Oh. Grr. Seriously? Did you not update? I told main menu to go there. I'm gonna try reloading again, because it really should be going to where I'm telling it to go. Great. Okay. Design a nice website. Yay! This is the beginning. This means that we properly added in this scene, and the scene is there, and hopefully soon it will be functioning much more. I'm gonna do some closing of windows because I'm noticing how hard it is for me to find the proper thing that I'm looking for. And that just means that I have way too many things open. Oh my god, look at how many things I have open. Okay. If I go to wait, which one is it? Work, yeah, okay. So then if I close other tabs, great. Close all the tabs. Sublime text secrets, y'all. Okay, then the one that I want open, I think I'll take this one, because this one's useful. And I just realized I forgot to preload a bunch of images, so I'm gonna do that. Work images. Okay. Again, I really try to keep things in order. Okay. So then I gotta look over all of the things that I exported. Assets, images. I'm going to start with one of these, get rid of all the other ones, and work my way up. So it's going to be work, activities, website, and then going to do each of these. Oh, Missy's so cute. Okay. Actually, I'm realizing it's probably easier if I drop these other ones and then make copies of this and then go down the line. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Really? Okay. This stage is so creepy. The whole end of the game just freaks me out just a little bit. One. Grr. I'm still learning some shortcuts for this. So if you know any good ones for like selecting things really quickly, that's cool. Okay. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'm just gonna put desk. Okay, I'm trying to make sure that I'm really specific about these things, because if you're not specific enough, then you might later name a text or something else quite similar. So I want to make sure that all of these are really named in ways that they cannot be accidentally replaced. Okay, so that looks good. So I'm going to pull this into a separate window so that I can properly reference these things. And then I'm going to make sure that I also have open one of these here. Okay, so the background is what I want to draw before any of the other stuff. Why? Why? Get in the right place. Okay. Fun times. Love Sublime. Love it. Okay, so what I want to actually properly reference is work desk. That's first. So I'm going to say that's the work desk. Then this is work computer. And where I actually want to add this is closer to the bottom. So what I think I'm going to do is change the anchor point of this. And I'm going to say middle for, so I'm going to say put the anchor point in the middle horizontally and then vertically at the bottom. So that's what those numbers mean. And then I think I can say, I gotta remember exactly how to reference the camera actually. I think I have that in here somewhere. Yeah, so I'm gonna say game camera height. So I've been trying to use the camera, reference the camera height directly more than the width of the screen because sometimes the camera pieces out, to put it lightly, and you just never know if it's gonna be in the right place or not if you don't reference it this way. I wonder if it said I have to preload or reload properly. Because I definitely have these things loaded, but I think the code just needs time to load properly. Missy, can you not scratch things? Thank you. Whoa. Assets, images, work, activities, website. Why, you know, though. Okay, so when something like this happens, I'm just trying to figure out why it's not properly referencing these things that are definitely here. I'm gonna try completely restarting this server. Okay, I don't know what the hell is going on, but I'm just gonna try repasting this and hope that it works. Because, like, this is working. I think there's just some kind of, like, incorrect character or something. Oh, I spelled activities wrong. My god. What a mess. This is what I was talking about staying up late. Simple mistakes. Simple mistakes. Hey, Mitch. Chillin'. Just trying to work on this game and not completely fail. My god. Love game development. Absolutely a mess. Okay, cool. Well, part of this is working. And then I realized that I needed to put this properly in the center of the screen. So I'm going to do that. And I don't remember if I think there is a center, center X or something like that. So I'm going to see if I can use that property. And if it doesn't exist, it's just going to... I thought this was a thing. Oh, is it camera.view? Okay, maybe that's helpful. If that's even up to date. I love how this is basically just turned into drums and bass also. That's pretty cool. Whoa, the next song has a really creepy image. Yeah, look at our computer. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's the small wins. It's the small wins, I'm telling you. Okay, so then I'm going to put this slightly below 20. Or something like that, because we wanted it to be slightly downward. Cool. What I want to do next, I think I forgot to load a singular thing, or maybe I didn't export it properly, but I thought I did. Yeah, website component background is not here. Cool, and I definitely need to make that next. Listen to those sad video games. Always remember to comment your code. Please. For the sake of everyone else who ever has to read your code, please comment it. Crud. Whoops. Okay. Proper. Great. And then after the component background, I'm so bad at words. Being really specific here. LOL. Probably could have just... Yep. Great. Alright, I'm gonna put this straight up in the middle. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say that this component background should be exactly... I wonder if I can use... I wonder if things have center X. Because that'd be cool if they had center X and center Y. Nope. Alright. Also, that's, like, not the right thing. Oh, I guess I never exported that. That's bad. I should definitely have that somewhere. Okay. Always export all the things, I think we have learned today. Oh, and I forgot to, okay. I'm going to make sure that this has lines on the inside, which it's saying it can't do for some stupid reason. Alright, well, let's just see what happens when we export this then, because it does not want to listen to me. Tell me when you're like, oh, I hate Undertale music. This is like the most butlery. This is like Butler video game music. This is when your butler's mad at you and tries to kill you, you know? Have you ever been in that situation? Just kidding. I'm gonna call this website component drop area. I don't know what's going on, but I don't like things with words in them. Everyone in their freaking megalovania. Alright, I'm gonna look up general chiptunes. Oh wait, I have a whole collection for this. Where's my playlist? Like, there's only so much one can listen to every single Megalovania version that ever existed. Oh my god, SoundCloud, please function. Please function. Okay. Come on, work with me. Alright. Just go. Can you work? Oh my god. SoundCloud, why are you so slow? Slow Claude. Ten minutes later. Stop loading the images and go to the station. My network connection is fine. You're disabled. It was telling me that my my network connection was disabled, so I was very irritated. Oh, I think I'm dropping frames. LOL. Okay, let's see where this goes. Although I was really hoping for chips. This is chill. Alright, getting back to what we were actually doing. Currently working on figuring out where to put all this stuff, and I forgot that I needed one more thing within the code, and I found that one last thing that I need to put down. And I'm trying to put everything in the right order. Also, feel free to tell me to turn up or down the music. I am hoping I just don't want to murder ears. That's all I'm hoping for. Okay. Component background. That's great and all, but we also need another thing. just working on putting things in the right location. Dot X. So let's just try some of this. See where things end up. Also, I think I have a weird jumpy pixel on the screen, and I'm just hoping that this thing lasts. Okay. Things are getting somewhere. I think I'm going to vertically change this back to 0. This should definitely be... Oh, wait. 0.5 is this. I think I'm going to move these things around because I keep confusing them. And that means they're not in the right order. Okay. So this should be vertically not centered anchor point-wise. This should be vertically centered anchor point-wise, but should be lower on the page. And maybe that'll fix some things. I'm sure some things will be still out of place, but it's fine. Okay, things are getting there. I think I can move the computer down more. And that should solve this problem even. Cool. It's a good start. At some point I might think about what to do with this thing here, but maybe as I go through I can figure out some stuff to do with that. Great. Now comes the annoying part, which is drawing all the things. So I think for this I'm going to write a for loop. So firstly I'm going to say instantiate components, because I think I made everything else already. And then I'm going to say for... The nice thing about Sublime is that it writes it for you if you want it to. For I equals 1, and then I is less than 9. Because we're going to go from 1 to 8. And then we're going to say I plus plus. Then I'm going to go above this and make a group for this stuff. I'm going to say this dot work website components equals game. Wait, this dot add dot group. I think that's how I've been doing it in other places. But I just want to make sure that I'm doing this consistently. So I'm going to check the outfit select. Okay, I've been doing game, so I'm going to continue that. Great. So then I'm going to say in here, this dot work website components dot create. And what that's going to do is create the sprite image wherever I tell it to go. And I'm not going to worry about exactly where to put things right now, although I guess I should. I don't really have a specific place to put these things, so I guess I'm just going to put them at the top for now. And I'll worry about more of that later. And then I think I called these work website component, and then I can just say plus I, and that should draw all of them, I think. We're going to find out. Welcome to game development, which is basically hoping that you did things right and then pressing a button and then they either show up or they break. But they're here! Yay! Okay, cool. I guess I don't want to manually position all these things, but I really might have to. But what I'm going to worry about first is actually making sure that they're like clickable objects. Which requires me to enable physics for 2 things, one of which being the drop area. Because that's going to need to have collision happen. And it's a really good thing I wrote all of this like a year and a half ago. But I remember where I put most of it because, again, I'm commenting the crap out of everything. Cool. And then I can say... Yeah, so I'm gonna have to do something very similar that I did for this right here, which is for each item that I need to, what I really need to do is make sure, so I'm just gonna grab part of this because this isn't all correct. Component input. Okay, so what I really want to say is that for each of these, I'm going to close these things so I remember to just have that there. I think this needs to also exist because that's the closing tag. Okay, so what I'm going to say is for each of these things, I want, I'm going to call this component because I'm just trying to make sure that these things are properly named in the way that they're being referenced. But I'm going to say on input down, then I want to have a function happen. And I'm going to create a function called select component. Then I'm going to have a function called move component, and then I will have another function called drop component. So you can kind of see exactly how these things are copied across. And if this happens enough, then I will also just create a global function for it, because that's exactly what one does. Cool. Okay. Okay, so all the functions I want are right here. I think I usually put these after update. Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna just rename these because these should be renamed properly. Oh, copy, paste, copy, and paste. Yay! Okay, so sprite pointer, that's still correct. I still have these sounds. I don't remember if the audio is loaded for this yet, but I can always make sure that I load audio. Okay, I think it should be fine. Okay, so this doesn't matter anymore. That doesn't matter either. Move component should be called move component. Drop component. So if this overlaps, then a function should happen, which is still true, but it's not going to be called wear clothing. What we're going to do is this is going to be the area where the component is properly put into its place. So instead, I'm going to call this place component. So this is going to be called drop area. Cool. Cool. Now we're creating this kind of consistent thing, and then we're also going to do the check. We're going to also definitely need to check and see if the person has finished placing everything yet. And that's what this check outfit progress will do, except we're going to call it check website progress. And this is if this object is not, okay, cool, so we don't need that for now. We definitely don't need any hide hover information. Okay, so we're going to say console.log checked progress. And this is how we make sure that things are working in the order that they're supposed to. Placed. I'm going to copy this one because this one's shorter. And we're going to say dropped, selected, and this is going to be moving. Cool. I'm just like making sure that everything's in the right place. Cool. Great. 32. Ah, yes. All of these need to say component, not item. Also, if you have any more questions about game stuff, let me know. I'm happy to answer them. Interesting. Cool, so none of these functions have started to work yet, which is fine. I think I just am missing something. I think it's that they're not input enabled. Yep. Ooh, and I should enable drag and physics. Okay, cool, so I missed a couple of things. So what each of these does, again, like you need to have physics enabled so that this thing can collide with another thing. I also forgot to enable the ability to click, which is why when I do this, nothing happens. And I also need to enable dragging and dropping, and I did not. So hopefully this time this works. We'll see. All right, cool. So that functioned, but it also threw an error, which is normal. All right, I think I'm gonna take out the sounds for now because I think what's happening is that audio has not loaded yet. Okay, cool. Yay, cool. I think what I'm gonna do also is, I probably did do this before, but yeah, I'm definitely setting the anchor point horizontally to 0.5 so that it looks like it's sitting in the middle instead of on the end of the component when you drag it, because honestly, it showing up like this looks super weird. Yeah, that's way better. Check that out. Yeah, now it's like dropping properly. So what we eventually want to do is have something along the lines of this, where these things all get dropped in certain areas. And what I think I'm gonna have to do is also create types of components, because this isn't like, this is not done, you know? Like this is like the easy part is now all there. But this is like a good start, you know? So I'm really happy that I was able to put all of this together. But now what I have to do is actually make sure that stuff pops into place. And that's going to be the hardest part, I would say, personally. But this is like really good progress, I would say. Yeah. So I'm very proud of the fact that we got to this part. I think I'm also realizing that I want some of these components to be a little bit lighter. And then one of the other things I was thinking about is like when you drop things, does this little background place components here thing change, or does it not change? So that's something I would like to think about a little bit more. But for now, what we can do is maybe figure out how to put things in certain locations depending on what type of component they are. And I think what I'm going to need to do for that is OmniGraffle again, because what I'm going to do is figure out from a design perspective, where would these things, how would they pop into certain places? Because you'll see that I had a thing here that was kind of like this, so maybe it's really like it either says, oh, put me on this side, or if you move to the other side, then it's like, oh, you want to put that here. Well, here's the area that it can go into on this side, or it can go on that side. So I got to figure out how to do this like left and right switch thing, which I think, oh god, I might have to make like versions of these for each one. I'm a little scared. It's really not that scary. I know it's not that scary. Okay, so I just need one of those, and then one of these, and one of these. And then what I think I'm gonna do is make, I'll make these into like types based on their widths. And then this probably won't be as scary as I think it is. Okay. Bark, bark, bark. Oh, dang it. F. F, 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 F. Great. Now that's like the whitest white you can white. Alright, I'm just re-exporting some things because I noticed that the color wasn't exactly what I would prefer, personally. I think that's component number 2. This is component number 4. Whoa. This is basically what I listened to all of MagFest, and I am sure that I am the cancer that is destroying MagFest. 6. 7. And 8. So again, when you're doing game development by yourself, you kind of have to make all of this stuff. So that's why my stream is kind of a mixture of me building things and me like visualizing things, because I kind of have to do everything. So I enjoy it for sure, but it is sometimes definitely on the stressful side to have to kind of build everything. But you know, I like it. I find it fun enough. Okay, so what I think I want to happen is that maybe it'll say like, oh, you can drop here or something. Or maybe it's enough to not have that. I'm not really sure. So I'm gonna find out how this all works. I'm a little nervous. When you know all of these songs because you listen to way too much music. Okay, so now I gotta figure out a way to name these. And what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say drop area width 2, drop area width 1, drop area width. Okay, so then these are gonna have to be in order of height, because you'll note that this one's slightly shorter. Okay. Okay, so this will be small, medium, and large, and those will be the types that we're gonna work with for the purpose of building this. Website, component, drop area, width 2, height large. So I'm gonna start this like component system, because you'll note that this is like small, that's large, then the small, medium, large. So we'll see how this works. There's about 30 minutes left in the stream for me. I'm gonna reload this One Simple Wish page in the hopes that someone else has maybe helped a child. What we're doing with One Simple Wish is we are, oh, no one killed the child. But we are streaming to help One Simple Wish with their goal of helping foster children in the United States to achieve really generally simple wishes like Pokemon Mew and Mewtwo, like a collection box for kids so that they can improve problem solving skills, new sneakers, a bike, shopping spree for a kid who wants to dress nicely because they don't have very nice clothes right now, sneakers, high chair, like very straightforward, simple things. So please check them out. I just posted the link in the chat pretty recently, and really just some of these things are really low priced. Like some of them are like $15. They're not all like huge amounts of money to offer either. So definitely check that out and try to grant a wish for a kid today. And thank you for also watching. I'll be probably going on for another about 30 minutes or so. Okay, drop area with 1. What I'm hoping to do with this is like make this into a system that I can then use in the code, and I'll figure out exactly how this will work. But I'm hoping this makes my life a little bit easier when I actually build this, although I'm not sure it will. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Love this song. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Music. I'm just gonna make sure that okay, yeah, this is the actual last one I wanted to export. Okay. Medium and large. Cool. All right, now that I have exported these proper babies, I am going to go back into my code. Music, what are you doing? Oh, wow, there's just a whole minute of blank. That's weird. The song is called Taro Milk Tea, which basically tastes like cereal milk. So I hope you have cereal milk today. Okay, let's see. Website drop area. This is basically where I'd probably want to put things. I'm going to move this up because, again, I like to keep my stuff in order. And then I think I don't remember how many of these I had, but I want to keep them in order. Okay, so I'll say width 1, height, and then maybe I should actually do these by like, I could also do the height. You know what, I'll just small. Okay, this is a very long name, but it's surprisingly helpful. Medium, large, small, large. Okay. Great. Okay, cool. So what I'm hoping to be able to do with this now that I've made that is go back and I'm going to assign some properties to each of these based on their number. I'm kind of going to also reference this a little bit. LOL. This is weird. Oh boy. We just straight up got to the actual Caro Caro Bonito. Okay. What I'm trying to do now is just figure out how I want to do this. I'm just trying to remember exactly how this works. But I think it's that I look for the children, and I look for the children I -1. Actually, I'm going to change this to 8. I'm going to change this to 0. See, I literally just want music like this. Can I make this into a station? When SoundCloud lets me, it will happen. And then I'm going to say this component's child number. And then this is where I guess I would put different things. So I'd put width equals 1, and then I can change this all later. Okay. Okay. This is where I want to start. Then I want to make sure I did this right. Hey. Okay, let's see. Work website component 0 is definitely not found. Because it should be plus I plus 1. There we go. Okay, great. So that should work fine then. So then I can probably say if this blah, maybe I should do a switch dot width, and then I'll say case 270, then this should actually be changed to a different value. Height. Alright, I'll fix that. So I want this to be the component width. Okay. Equals 2. And then this will be the default case. And this is 1. Great. And then I'll do the same for the height. And obviously this means I probably should have made the heights better and more consistent rather, but whatever, it's fine. $100, and that's 40. Okay, what I'm trying to do now is assign values to these different components, which then can be used later when I want to drop this in some area, because then I can move the like drop area thing around. That's what I'm trying to figure out how to do. Could probably be doing this better, but I can always refactor it later. LOL. Okay, so that's 40. 135 is medium. Okay, so I'm gonna put 135. And then I think there was one other one. Small and small, 100. Okay. And this is medium, I think. Yeah, okay. 570. Okay. And then I'm gonna say console.log that, and then see what it tells me, because I want to make sure that it's properly assigning these things so that I can then generate things in the right places. Okay. One large, and that's the first one, and hopefully that is correct. Is it that it just didn't have a width yet? You know what, maybe I'll just move it completely to over here and see what happens. Oh, whoops. I forgot to properly play this. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay. Okay, please work with me. Component height, large. But what's the actual height of this thing? I'm just trying to check. $40. Well, why is it saying large? Oh, because these... Oh, okay, I didn't even have to do that. Okay, I'm gonna keep that there. And then it's break. It needs to properly break. See, this is like switch case being weird. I was actually... So what happened was that because I wasn't actually telling it to break after it hits the first case, it was assigning it each one after that. So now things should be okay. Great. Component width small. Okay, cool. So then what I want to do is, firstly, I think I need a version of this without the dotted lines and without the text in it. So I'm just going to kill that. And then I'm going to say that this is called component drop area blank. Cool. And then what I'm going to do is when this is moving, then I'll say that this drop area should load a different texture. And then when it does drop, then I want it to go back to the other texture. That's the first step. Nice. See, so now when you actually do that, it hides it unless you let it go. So what I'm hoping to have happen is that, actually I think it should be when it's closer. So when you're moving the component, okay, so it's going to be that when place component, actually, so it should be, trying to think about how this should work. Yeah, because this is only happening one time. So yeah, I'm going to keep that like that for now, and then I'll maybe probably make it more specific later. Okay. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it so that when you're moving the component around, and I guess this is going to require, okay, so so then I'm going to say, how do I want to do this? Okay, so I'm going to do some pseudocode now. So I'm going to say if based on component width and height show certain temp or certain drop area template. And then I'm gonna need to, in the update script, move drop area template left, right, up, and down based on where the component is located. So that's gonna be fun. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get to that today. But we can start trying to do some of this. And I'm going to actually add one of these up here. So I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to say drop area template equals, and then I'm going to just have one here. That's maybe the smallest one or something. Well, the first one. Okay. I also realized I incorrectly put something there. Okay. Oh, I think I see where I messed up. Yep. Coding a lot of the time is like, just as I mentioned, flubbing and then realizing you flubbed. Whoa, okay, that's way in a different location now. trying to move things back into place. Okay. This is mostly in place. Okay, so that thing's down there. So I'm gonna add it so that it's like in a reasonable location. I'm just trying to get to a reasonable place with this stuff before I get off stream today. You know what? Okay, so I'm gonna do this. It's gonna have to be some weird, funky calculation. And then eventually... Oh my god. Placing things on a freaking screen is so hard. Everything is everything. That's probably too much. Okay. At least the jams are good. Okay, I'm gonna assume that looks pretty nice, and you'll notice that this thing's over here, and I gotta figure out how many of these will exist at one time in the area. I'm pretty sure there's only 3 spots that it can go in. Okay, so that's gonna have to be how I figure out how to calculate all of this. This is gonna be kind of hard, but not really, because I know my brain can do this. Maybe that means... maybe that means I should fully have this thing to the left, and I should also do the same thing for this. I guess I could also manually do this. Yeah, I knew that wasn't gonna work. Or did I? Let me just check how wide this is. No. Yeah, 861. 430. might have to subtract it by 430, probably. Cool. Okay, so this is what I wanted to happen. I think I'm gonna also just do this by a little bit less. There we go. Maybe 270 is probably good. But basically what I want to happen is so I'm gonna put this visible as false by default. And so I can at least get this to a point where it's like 90% done. And then the real thing will just be the fact that I gotta figure out how to place this thing in different spots around the view as the player moves it around, probably. But that sounds more annoying than it actually is, so I'm not worried about it. Okay, so what I just did was made sure that the thing doesn't show up until, yeah, so the thing shows up when something needs to be placed, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the component width and define the texture depending on which component it is. So I'll say in the case that it's 1, then do a certain thing, and otherwise don't do that thing. And then I'll say the same for the component height. Although actually I could just, I don't even need any of this now that I think about it, because I can just say this dot blah 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 dot load texture, and then I can just say website drop area width, and then I have to do some funky janky plus sprite dot component width. Seriously? There we go. And then I can do the same thing plus height, and then component height. And then I'm gonna have to change the component heights to capital letters. Whoa. Sedium. And hopefully that does part of the thing I wanted to do. And that'll probably basically be me. Ooh. Drop with 1 height medium. Actually does exist, but I forgot to actually capitalize the H there. LOL. So hopefully with that, it'll load the correct texture. Yeah, check that out. So that's correct. That's also correct. That's correct. Yas. That's the little baby one. What's going on with that one? I don't know. That's weird. It looks like it's... Oh, I kind of get what happened with that. That's the funky one that was looking weird, and I thought it might export incorrectly. I think that's this one right here. It's being kind of a bit of a jerk. See, it looks like it's correct, but it's not for some reason. I'm gonna add an extra pixel to it. Stop being a jerk. Why is this happening to my life? See, now it's like too much, but you know what? It's better than nothing. Oh, maybe it's because it's on a weird X and Y. Okay. Seriously, you're not gonna work for me? You look like you should be working, but you're clearly not. Why are you doing this? Okay, that's correct. Why though? Why? Ugh. I absolutely sometimes despise these programs. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to figure that out later because clearly it does not want to pay attention to me. But you know what I'm gonna try doing? I'm gonna try changing this one to 135. Dang it. 135. Then I'm gonna try changing this to 135. And if this doesn't fix it, I kind of just hate Illustrator right now. And it certainly only partially fixed it, so I have no idea why that's happening. But I personally don't have time to like figure that out right now because I gotta go watch Hidden Figures later today. And I feel like that is just as important as making this game. So thank you for all of you peeps who have stuck around with me as I've been messing with this program. So again, I'm working on building a game, and I'm creating that game using Phaser, which is one of my favorite JavaScript game development tools. Look at this mess. This is annoying. I will fix it later. And what I've been working on is figuring out a way to get some drag and drop stuff working. As you can see here, most of it is functioning already, and I am probably going to try to come back on tomorrow. Because what I want to work on then is actually figuring out like how to place this in the right, like this little dotted line stuff that's going on. I want to make sure that depending on where the person puts their actual, puts their cursor, it actually switches from the left side here to the right side. So that's what I'm going to be working on if I can get back on tomorrow. And otherwise, it's been an awesome time streaming with y'all. Again, this is part of the Spawn for Good stream, and we are specifically doing this to help the One Simple Wish organization, and what they are doing is granting wishes for foster children in the United States. So please check them out, oneSimpleWish.org/giving/spawnforgood. And otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.